Hello, I'm Kim Peterson, and with me today is Catherine Evans. We are the authors of Creative Writing Energy, Tools to Access Your High Creative Mind. Hey Kath, how you doing?
Hey Kim, good thanks, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Today we're going to talk about positivity. So hopefully, Kath, you've got your plus sign today. Okay, so we've actually pulled a creative writing prompt card, and today I will keep pushing out the words that feel hard to write. I will write past the blockages. So, Kath, what does that mean to you?
Sometimes when you're writing, you get really stuck, and you can't, there's nothing happening. And, sometimes if you get up and go for a walk or do something, you can write past that blockages. And I think that's because if you sit at your desk, you sit there going, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. In whatever form you say that. Mm-hmm. But when you get up and do something else, you come back and your mindset's changed. You can do it. You've worked out, maybe you've worked out somewhere else to go or how to backtrack or something else you've got to do. And so your mindset changes to something positive and it lets you do something. Well, I reckon anyway.
Yeah, it's all about mindset, isn't it? Yeah.
The other day I was in a shop and these girls were talking about meditating, mm-hmm. and one saying to the other, oh, I just can't meditate, it's so hard, I sit there and I've got to sit still and not think anything and be quiet and not wiggle, and everything she listed was all these negative thoughts that must go through her head before she meditates. And I felt like this crazy old lady because I really wanted to say, excuse me, why don't you go in and meditate and think, I can wiggle, I just sit comfortably. I can, have crazy thoughts, I just let them go. Walk into meditating and instead of stopping yourself doing it by coming up with all the negative, I don't have to do this, I can do this.
She was creating the blockages already there. So she was giving herself more hurdles to jump over. With meditation, it's really important to go in with the I can, I am. I always sort of begin my meditations with bringing myself into that mindset, and meditating on that. And my mind, with my racing mind, if I can do it, anyone can do it, I'm telling you.
Hey, my negativity, if I can get past it, anyone can.
yeah it's just practice and mindset. Yeah, definitely.
And having reminders, find something that reminds you to be positive.
Yes. And talking about positive and positivity, when you actually sent me that email and said, I've got the idea for our next blog, video, YouTube thingy, positivity. The first thing I thought of was that Prince song. Do you know that song?
No. Song?
Prince. I love Prince. Who doesn't love Prince?
Oh, I love Prince.
It's actually called positivity. So it's positivity. Yes. Anyway, aside from Prince, I'm gonna read out a little bit from a book that has become my Bible. I don't know if you've read this, Kath. It's by Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness. Yeah. Do you know that?
I haven't.
Mine's a little bit tattered because
you read it all the time.
I read it all the time. I'll just pick it up some days, and sort of blindly flick through and open it at a page and think, what do I need to know today? And it's just little it's about mindset, increasing your mindfulness, and the power of assumption, and assuming, like taking that that mindset and assuming that which you want to be. Power of thought. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to read out this bit. Okay, so it's, what is it, under the little heading, be your doers. Are you a doer, Kath?
When you push me?
Couldn't help myself, sorry. Okay. When I push you. Do it.
This is our deadline. Get there.
All right.
Never.
So listen to this before you tell me to pee off again. Okay. So what you must strive after is being. In order to do, it is necessary to be. The end of yearning is to be. Your concept of yourself can only be driven out of consciousness by another concept of yourself. By creating an ideal in your mind, you can identify yourself with it until you become one and the same with the ideal, thereby transforming yourself into it. The dynamic prevails over the static, the active over the passive. One who is a doer is magnetic and therefore infinitely more creative than any who merely hear. Be among the doers.
Ooh,
Ooh.
That's nice.
You like?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not just sort of talking about actively doing things. It's more up here, you know, creating that mindset, believing in it. And he talks a lot about desire and yearning, because with intense desire and burning desire, you can transform into what you want to be, or, you know, the life that you have, that you want. And the same thing with writing. I think it's just believing in yourself, that you can get out those words, you know. I won't lie, every time I will start a new project or a book, I'll sit down in front of that blank screen, or I'll think, holy shit. You know, I holy shit, and I have to write a book now, you know, and it's like I have to envision the end of the book to get there. But still, it takes a lot of drive and a lot of belief. I can do this. I'll get mid-book and I'm like, I can do this. Do you do that?
Yeah, no, and no one else cares. No one cares if you write the book or not. So it has to be self-driven, doesn't it? Like, you have to be the one that pushes yourself and does the work yourself. Because, you know, there's 6 trillion thousand billion books in the world, isn't there? So if you write yours or not,
that's right.
There's still other books. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's or all artists, aren't they? You know, you've got to believe in yourself to some degree to actually sit down and do it.
And it's very passion driven, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know the actual stats, but it's like some high number of people that will sit down and write a book and just don't finish it, like 90-something%. You know, I remember a time when I thought there was no way I could write a whole book, you know, but one day I sat down, I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to nail this.
I started with short stories because I didn't think I could write a whole book. So I started writing short stories and then just grew them up and up and up to bigger and bigger.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't believe that I could sit down and write 100,000 words and make it interesting. So so you'll find like 1,000-word stories that I've written up to 100,000.
So do you find shorter stories easier to write?
No.
No, me either.
Short stories are really hard. I don't know why I thought they would be easier.
Yeah, I think they're harder too. You don't have that sort of scope of volume to play with your arc and stuff, and you kind of
you can't explore. You've got to nail what you want perfectly.
Yeah,
and be really economic with words, and it's really not easy.
No,
but you get finished. Well, your first draft, you finish it much quicker.
Yeah, I actually want to write. I've got this short story in my head at the moment that I want to write, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just sort of whoa.
I have to get mine out. If they're in my head, they have to come out. So I just write them and leave them on the computer. You know, one day they might come in handy or grow bigger, or when I die, someone will wipe them all out.
Hopefully not. That's your legacy.
That's it. When I'm famous, when I'm dead, they'll find all these crappy short stories. Think, God, what was she doing?
Crappy. I find because I do a lot of article writing for my blog, and for I've got a few other blogs going out soon as guest posting. I find those articles a lot easier to write than like a short fiction, flash fiction story or something. Yeah. Yep.
I think that's sometimes the blogs are about you, so it's easier to tap into that. Whereas the short stories, you've got to tap into the essence of a story, and sometimes that's harder to find.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? Especially in a short space. Sometimes you've got to write long and big and waffly, and then narrow it down into the essence of the story, don't you?
Yeah. So, back to positivity. How do you think keeping a positive mindset informs your stories? I mean, you write.
Do them.
Hey, gets you to do them.
Yeah.
But as far as your stories, the stories that you want to tell to the world, and your readers to feel, you want your readers to come away with a certain feeling.
Yeah, I write romance, I guess, because I like that positivity, that humanness, that humans can be kind to each other and respect each other and learn to love each other, that you can make deep connections, and that people can
honor those connections.
Yeah, honor the connections and remain loyal, and get past hurdles. I think the romance genre cops a lot of flack, but I think a lot of times it's because there's that positivity to it. The world's quite a negative place sometimes. I've lost your sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can hear birds. Have you got birds?
The kids are in the playground across the road.
Oh, it's kids.
Yeah.
You know what I've got? I've got a little cat. Can you see my cat here?
No. Is it? Your cats don't usually sit in there.
No, my cat, her name is Willow. And she is she's a big fat cat, and she's beautiful. She'll go around the house and she'll pick out places to park her big behind, her fluffy big behind, and she'll probably sit in that spot for maybe a week. So yesterday, yeah, I'll show you.
She moved in.
There she is.
Hello, Willow.
Yeah. So yesterday she chose my office, and luckily it wasn't my chair, because she's chosen my chair, my office chair sometimes, and I'm like, get out of there.
So are you getting positive cat vibes now?
I'm getting positive kitty cat vibes.
Awesome.
In my office. Can't go wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Cat shifters are your new thing.
Say what?
Cat shifters are your new character.
Cat shifters, yeah. And you know, they talk about cat karma. Have you heard of cat karma? Cat karma is real. I'm telling you. I've had a few cats over the years, and actually wrote up a little article recently and mentioned something about a cat. I killed a kitten once. Yeah.
You killed a kitten?
Not purposely, accidentally.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like one of the most. Yeah, the poor little baby. It was one of Willow's babies, because she's had a couple of litters. Yeah, so I wrote about that a little bit. I put it in the washing machine. I know.
Oh. Is cat karma bad?
That was cat karma getting me back, I'm sure. I don't know. It's just cat karma.
What?
I'm not laughing because I killed a cat. It was horrible. I felt like the worst human being on earth. It was years ago. Yeah.
And it still affects you.
Well, I don't think about it anymore, because I choose my thoughts. And well, I try to choose my thoughts. And that's actually something I did want to talk about, is with mindset. You know, like we all go through these horrible experiences. Well, you know, we go through shit. Life isn't always a bed of roses, right? We get pricked by thorns every now and then. And you know, I've lived through abusive relationships, which were horrible, and coming out of that, I've realized the only way to feel positive, and the way that I changed my life around, was to deliberately choose my thoughts, because your thoughts will attract thoughts like those thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So and it takes deliberate practice. You know, if I remember, you know, years ago, if I'd be thinking something and I knew that it wouldn't benefit me, I'd just have to pull myself up right then and there, nope, and then switch it into something that felt better. And that is how it goes. You know, your thoughts will attract better thoughts, and keeping that positive mindset is so important to living a more positive and more sort of authentic life. You know, I don't understand why people want to be negative about things. I mean, I'm not always positive. I'm not Miss Positive, and I don't always get it right. But I am self-aware enough to know how it works, and I'm self-aware enough to know how to control it and how to make myself feel better. Do you find that at all?
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not easy to stay positive or change your thought patterns. But
it's not easy. Like, I did it, and one of the best things that I have that I got out of Wayne Dyer, because I've read a lot of Wayne Dyer, and I've written this little thing, and I've stuck it on my bed, near my bed on the wall, and it's changed the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. And it's so true. It's so true. You know, we create our own blockages.
Yeah. And he's such an incredible person to listen to. He's...
Oh, yes. Yeah.
His positive mindset and the way he expresses things, just does stuff.
He's funny.
Yeah. Funny, witty, clever, positive. He exudes that kind of, I don't know, charisma and charm.
Yeah, you know why?
Really positive.
Because he worked it out.
Yeah.
He worked it out. You know,
that's what we aspire to.
Yeah. Definitely. Be Wayne Dyer and be a doer.
Oh yeah, be the doer. I have to remember that one.
Be the doer. Wayne Dyer. Okay. That's how I got onto Neville Goddard through Wayne Dyer. So
okay.
A lot of wisdom there. Yeah. Alrighty, so
a lot for this week. Be a doer and be positive.
Be a doer. Be a doer. Go write out those words. Push them out.
Push past blockages.
Yes, push past the blockages. Control. You control. You control your mind. All right. Yeah. Okay.
When nothing else.
Yeah. It's all good.
Cool.
Alrighty, so if you would like to get in touch or find out more about our book, Creative Writing Energy, Tools to Access Your Higher Creative Mind, you can head on over to whisperinginkpress.com/creative writing energy, and the book will be released real soon, won't it, Kath? Getting a bit excited?
And scared?
And scared.
Excited. Remember, positivity.
Positivity. Yeah. Oh, whatever happens, happens. So
that's it.
We're still here. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for watching this far into our
craziness.
Yeah. Craziness. Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.